ground pork, onion, shallot, serrano, garlic, dill, parsley, nutmeg, pepper, cumin, salt.
What is this?
It's Scotch eggs. And if you want to be fancy, your herbs, you can cut them up.
That's cool. What? Wait, fancy herbs?
Fancy herbs. I like to cut them up really fine and fancy.
What if you don't cut them? Is that cool?
Yeah, you can have big chunks of herb in your sausage.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I always like to chop it up finely. And
wow, you almost took a finger off there with that. You're fast.
I know, and I got a third hand.
You're fast.
Yeah, that third hand comes out of nowhere. It's kind of like Zaphod.
Oh, that's the dill.
Yeah, this is dill. Dill it up, Chris. Yeah.
Fancy pants again.
Yeah, I like to cut with one hand.
Chopping.
Yeah, let's hear that chopping.
I like chopping.
Yeah.
His piano concerto number 3 in C minor.
He had a good run of his singles.
Chopping didn't do singles.
Chopping singles were all the rage back in, the 1800s.
Tell me about the shallot. Why is shallot?
Shallot is the delicious love child of garlic and onions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, all of the interesting bitter notes of garlic and all of the rich, earthy spice of an onion.
Yeah, sounds fancy.
It's fancy.
Kind of like your fancy chopping.
Yeah. And here we got a serrano, just a slightly hotter pepper than like a green pepper, like a green bell pepper.
Is that like the love child of some other peppers?
No, this is just God's love child to the pepper kingdom. And we Serbian knife.
Oh, I love that Serbian knife.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at you go with that garlic, man.
I'm much better with garlic than any other chopping.
You're... Oh, look at me there. I got an egg.
And next to chop, the egg and breadcrumbs.
Wait, you're not gonna chopping on the egg?
Oh, we're going to chop that egg. We're going to cut it up fine. Okay, so this is part of what's going to make the sausage nice and easy to mold around the soft-boiled eggs, which we'll show later.
All right, soft-boiled eggs.
It's the same It's the same kind of thing you would do to make meatballs.
So this is like part 1 of making the Scotch eggs.
This is
you gotta
part
make
1.
up this sausage.
Yeah, and you can skip all of these extra steps. I tried to make a delicious sausage with a lot of accents.
Whoa, you looked excited there.
I know.
You
I know.
The stuff.
That's the problem. I forgot to add the spices, and then I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to mix anymore. I'm just going to dump them on top, and
you patted that. Oh,
yeah, I wanted the little love.
Whoa,
kale.
what are you doing now?
This is going to be braised kale, bacon, onion, garlic, shallot, beer.
What kind of beer?
Whatever, beer that you want to throw away. So 90% of the beers on the market.
Look at you go to town on that.
I can't get another kale.
It's like a kale.
It's a kale massacre.
It's a kale, and then your hair got in there.
I know. Some of my hair got in the food too. Don't do that if you're a professional chef.
That is gross, and that didn't happen actually.
No, it did not happen. And then you've got these stems left over. You can do stuff with that, or you can throw it away. Onion.
You could compost it. That's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, if you're responsible. But
no, you should be responsible.
I'm not responsible.
Yes, you are.
These are shallots again. And look at more shallots. Shallots go into the beer braised kale. So this is beer braised kale. Any one of these 3 components can be done on their own. We're showing the combination of these 3 things for a delicious meal that can be had at breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All times of the day.
All times of the day. More garlic chopping. Get out of here, kale stems.
Get them out of there.
Get out of here.
You're like, oh, look at that transition.
Yeah, it's really smooth.
Wait, so what are you doing here?
This is you, actually.
Oh.
You decided to dump the entire thing of bacon in at once into a pan.
Okay.
So we wanted to do this dish one pan for the kale braise. And in order to do the kale braise, you want to start with that bacon fat in the bottom. You're going to take that bacon fat. Once you've cooked your bacon, you set it aside because you'll chop that up and add it to the bacon based kale if you want to have it like that. Or you could just take the bacon and do whatever else.
Look how fast I am. I am super. Look at that.
That cooked in no time.
Look, it's done.
It's done. And we got all that juicy, remnants in the bottom there. That bacon fat, some of those crusty, delicious bits that are going to flavor up the braise that the kale will sit in. Okay, onions go in. They're going to sizzle on that
Oh, listen to that sizzle.
Yeah, listen to that sizzle. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Sizzle.
EMFDR, KMFDM.
Wait, what?
Supernova time.
I don't
Now, the
know
beer
what you
went
just
in.
said.
That got... You didn't see that, but I dumped the beer in. Yeah.
Dumped the beer in. Okay.
Yeah, after
And now the
sauteing,
kale.
and now the kale.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
What
Now
a
it's going to look
color.
like you're going to take a pound of kale, and it's going to look like it won't all fit in there.
But it does?
But it does. It reduces
Wait,
down.
what are you doing here?
All right, these are the eggs.
This is the next step.
These are the soft-boiled eggs.
Okay.
This is a part of the Scotch
what
egg recipe.
would you do? How long did you boil those eggs for to soft boil them?
Soft boil, 5 minutes. What you
5
do
minutes,
is you
okay.
bring water to boil. You put the eggs in once the water is boiling, and then you essentially turn it off.
Anything in the water? Or just water?
No,
Did you put
nothing in
salt
the
or
water. No.
vinegar?
Yeah, just regular water.
Okay. Wow, you're
I
fast.
also,
You're a fast peeler.
Yeah, I worked really hard at this.
Yeah.
And I like to peel little shells off at a time. I hate it when I get a full shell off at once. There's nothing satisfying about it. It's completely satisfying to whittle away and to go insane eating away at the sides of it and just rip up an egg.
Wow, that was...
But anyway, here's the perfect soft-boiled egg. 5 minutes in water that's brought to a boil and then turned off. Look at that. Look at that cross-section. It looks like candy.
That's an amazing soft-boiled egg, my friend.
And it makes for a delicious Scotch egg.
So all of that meat you made before, you don't use the whole thing?
Nah.
Okay.
You use that. It was 2 pounds of pork.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was only a pound. Well, it doesn't
Better
matter.
get it right for the recipe.
Do whatever
People
you
are
want with it.
counting on this.
They better not. I'm not going to give them any. I'm just showing you the
You could
ingredients.
also
and
use
doing what I'm
Wagyu
doing.
beef for this, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
so
thinking about doing
what's happening here?
This is we take the sausage once you've portioned out how much you're going to use around each egg, and you press it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap because it's easier to flatten that way without getting sticky on your hands. Make it into a flat enough disc that you can put the egg into the center of, wrap the meat around, and kind of coax it around. You really got to be gentle with these balls.
You gotta coax the meat.
Yeah, and look at that giant.
Now watch what I do here. This is okay. So I got a dry hand. I'm using my dry hand here, and I'm just. You can see I'm just picking up that flour, dabbing it on there, rolling it a little bit, but I keep this dry hand dry. You know why?
So you got a wet hand.
I got a
next.
wet hand. Yeah.
That's why they call you Wet Hand Luke.
They don't call me that. Oh, there comes my wet hand.
Oh, look at how damp it is too.
Look, and it's a wet. Gosh,
Maybe
it's so
more
wet.
appropriately.
Now
like
I drop
groupie
it in the panko crumbs. So we went flour first, a little dabbing on the flour, some egg, and then we roll it around to the panko. And now look how fast I did it one time, and now I'm super fast at it.
Yeah, you worked hard at that skill.
I am the
one
fastest pankoer.
I am the fastest pankoer.
You're a professional pankoer.
I panko for a living.
What? What do you mean? Oh, wait, where are we now? You're lighting the.
We're in the
lighting
kitchen
a fire.
still.
Lighting a fire in the kitchen.
Lighting the fire in the kitchen. We're setting some canola oil down, and we're gonna throw these guys into 375 degree oil.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's quite warm enough.
It's not quite warm enough. I did the dumbest thing ever. I put the pan top back on. You never.
Never do that.
Never do that.
No,
There's no reason to do it.
No,
it
it's
didn't make
bad.
any sense. Now,
oh, look at that. That's what we want to see, right?
Well, not quite that much, but yes, we do want to see a little bit of action happening when you drop the shit in.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's golden brown.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Look at that.
It's
a golden
okay,
crisp.
and you let that sit there for a little bit.
Let that sit. Let it drain. You got to let it cook for about...
Wait, what's happening? Oh, this is me. Okay.
Yes,
I got a couple potatoes here. We're going to make the hash browns that are going to make the base of the nest for these Scotch eggs to sit in. So I'm using a shredder here because I love shredded potatoes.
You took a little time to get fast with it, but once you did a couple of cuts...
Then I got faster.
Yeah.
So this is a pepper of some sort. You could use a bell pepper if you want it sweeter. Like, I think, again, we use serrano.
This was a jalapeno, actually.
Oh, it was? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
You put in the hash, yeah.
And we got some onion and... Actually, we didn't use onion. We used, again,
shallot.
Garlic and shallot. So this potato, now that you've... you give it a rinse under cold water, and then you set it on the towels, and you dry it. And this gets the starch out, and this is what's going to lead to some nice crispy hash browns. And I'm dropping it in there with some hot oil, stirring it around a little bit, just keeping it going. And adding in the pepper and the shallot and the garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. Pretty simple hash browns. You know, nothing complicated here, but the treatment of the potatoes is really important here. Okay, here, tell about the plating. What do we do here, man?
All right, we're in final assembly time. So we're going to start with...
Look at the pattern on those plates.
Yeah, they're so fancy. They appropriately make this dish fancy. Okay. So we got this layer of hash browns down first, cooked expertly on the stove.
Oh, man.
By Monfrere.
So crispy.
We throw some cheese down on top, a little bed of cheese over those hash browns to kind of just give it a little bit of melt.
Yeah, cheese on the nest.
Yeah, Scotch eggs in a nest we're looking at here.
Okay.
Good. Once we plated all of those fine potatoes. Yeah.
There's a bird trying to land in that Scotch egg nest.
I think so. I think it's mistaking that Scotch egg nest for its home where it's laid the biggest egg of its life.
Yeah. Okay, what are you doing here?
So this is the beer braised kale. Oh my goes on next with
beer
bacon.
Braised kale. It's a gorgeous thing. So
Tastes
succulent
delicious. And you know, we make it unhealthy, but you're starting with a base of kale, which has got tons of vitamins in it. There's still you're still getting all those vitamins. You're just getting a little something.
You could probably make it healthier, right? You know,
sure. You could
use some
not
ghee
cook it in
or something.
Yeah. Or not even animal fat. You could have like vegetable oil that you...
Oh, look at that.
Scotch egg gets dropped on top.
You drop it on top.
So we have here Scotch eggs.
Show us what it looks like.
Yeah.
Show us what it looks like inside.
All right,
there.
I'm going to cut it
open.
open.
You do that?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
you ready?
do that. Do it.
Okay.
Wait, what?
All right, I'm going to cut it in half.
That's
and then I'm going to turn it around and cut it again because I want it.
That's not the good knife.
No, it's not the best knife. But then, boom, there it is. That perfect soft-boiled egg at the center. And it's important that you soft-boil your eggs because then you get this extra sauce from the yolk into mix with all the goodness.
And that's it.